This movie has got to be the biggest ego stroke for Hollywood ever. Not necessarily in a bad way, but like, people in Hollywood are patting each other on the back, like, yeah, we did that. The Fabelmans was directed by Steven Spielberg. It stars Gabriel LaBelle and Michelle Williams. This movie tells the story of a young man in the 1950s of America. He sees The Greatest Show on Earth in theaters, and he decides right then and there he wants to make his own movie. So he goes on his adventure to create this film, try to film it, get people to take part in this, in his vision, his dream, and get this to come to life for the world to see. This is obviously not a film that Steven Spielberg just thought would be a good idea. It's practically a re-envisioning of how Steven Spielberg began to fall in love with movies, and kind of similar to his journey into movies. And for that reason, and for that being that personal, I think this movie works on a different note than it normally would. Spielberg's touch and his personal connection to this movie makes it absolutely fantastic. This is one of the best movies I've seen all year. And as someone who's a massive, not only film enthusiast, but someone who enjoys filming movies on their own independently as well, I found a good, strong connection in this movie. It's an inspiration. It's something that reminds you that, yes, everyone starts as that one kid with a camera who is trying to make something. And that's probably, I think, the best message Hollywood could put out right now, because Hollywood is in need of fresh blood. This movie definitely is showing there is an opportunity for that if you give it your all. Because this movie, wow, it moved me. This is a really great film. It also shows you, though, how it's not a walk in the park to get a movie made. This movie serves as like part how-to guide, part documentary, part romanticist. It's so well crafted. It takes so many levels and handles everything so maturely. I respect the daylights out of it and love it, and I'm entertained the entire time because the script is good, the characters are great, the cinematography is great, the direction is fantastic, the music's wonderful, the scenery's wonderful. I mean, yes, is this movie meta? Like it's people filming a movie in a movie? If you want to say that, sure. But that's not the message of the film. The message is clear, concise, and great. And I love this film. This is great. These are the kind of movies that we need to have more in theaters. Is when we can have someone like Steven Spielberg get a budget and make a movie that's this good, unhindered, and unencumbered by studio heads and people telling them what to do. But this shouldn't just be for Spielberg. That's one of the things this movie says. It should be for anyone who has a vision, should be allowed to just try to get that on the screen. Gabriel LaBelle in here is also excellent. He's killing it. I don't know if I've seen him anywhere else at all, but from what I saw from this movie, he's a fantastic actor. He delivers a very real performance filled with emotion and energy and passion that just comes off the screen and is just radiant. It is so shocking how well they encapsulate the era and the effort in this movie. It's fantastic. I basically have zero flaws with this movie. I can't think of an issue. And I saw this movie a little while ago and had time for it to sit in the back of my head and problems to develop. And I haven't thought of any. It's just a great film. This is the film that I think is going to inspire a new generation to make movies because it puts out that you can. And that's one of the best things possible. While being so entertaining along the way, there's some really funny and some very sad scenes in here. And it works because of that. As of right now, this movie's not only in my top favorites of this year, this movie is probably up there with my top contenders for Best Picture. This is just a perfect film from beginning to end. I love it so much. I definitely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, recommend you go out and see The Fabelmans. It's just splendid, and it's a piece of filmmaking you will probably get once in a lifetime because there's not going to be anything like this again. Especially with Spielberg saying he's getting closer to being done with films, so with that in mind, I can't help but feel this feels like the calling of the change in the guard, Spielberg trying to get more people out there. So he knows that this will be carried on, even when he says, I'm retired, I'm done. I think this is just fantastic. Go see The Fabelmans. Go enjoy yourself. If you love movies, or if you like making movies, this will probably even be great for you. Definitely go check it out. I'm going to give The Fabelmans a perfect 10 out of 10. Thank you guys always so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see y'all next time.